Hello everyone and welcome to the online lecture series by Shet Vidya Mandir English High School and Junior College of Science and Commerce. Myself Jayesh Rajgor, and today we are going to study 12th Standard Economics, chapter number 3A, Demand Analysis. You have already studied the concept of utility in the previous chapter. Utility is the basis of demand. Utility may generate a desire or a need to have a particular commodity, but utility on its own cannot generate demand for the commodity. This chapter is an effort to analyze the concept of demand. Demand analysis is concerned with consumers' behavior. Yes, my dear students, in microeconomics, we study consumers' behavior, or we can say individuals' behavior. And thus, in this chapter, we will focus on demands analysis. In ordinary language, demand means a desire. Desire means an urge to have something. In economics, demand means a desire which is backed by willingness and ability to pay. For example, if a person has the desire to purchase a television set but does not have the adequate purchasing power, then it will be simply a desire and not a demand. Yes, my dear students, utility creates a base for demand. Anyone has a desire, anyone can dream about a particular thing, but every dream or every desire might not get converted into demand, because in economics terms, demand means a desire which is backed by willingness and ability to pay. Yes, my dear students, these two words are very important to understand creation of demand. Demand is only and only that desire which is backed by willingness and ability to pay. If there is no ability to pay or willingness to pay, it will merely be a desire. So, we conclude that demand is equal to desire plus willingness to purchase and ability to pay. And that is why, according to Benham, the demand for anything at a given price is the amount of it which will be bought per unit of time at that particular price. Without paying for it, without willing to pay for it, or without having the ability to pay for it, it will might only be just a desire. It might only be just a desire. It will not get converted into demand. So, here we conclude that demand is desire plus willingness plus ability to pay for a particular thing. Here are some important characteristics or features of demand. Yes, my dear students, demand is a relative concept, and demand is essentially expressed with reference to time and price. Here is an individual demand schedule which explains us the demand of a particular quantity of a commodity of a particular person. Individual means about a single person. Yes, my dear students, remember that demand schedule is a tabular representation of the functional relationship between price and quantity demanded for a particular commodity. A demand schedule may be either individual demand schedule or market demand schedule. Individual demand is the quantity of a commodity demanded by a consumer at a given price during a given period of time. Yes. So this schedule shows us price of a commodity X in rupees. You can see price 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Whereas in the other column we have quantity of the quantity demanded of commodity X in kgs at the respective price. So we can see that at price 10, the quantity demanded is 1. As the price decreases from 10 to 8, the quantity demanded increases from 1 to 2 units or 2 kgs. Similarly, as the price decreases further from 8 to 6, 6 to 4, and 4 to 2, the quantity demanded of commodity X in kgs keeps on increasing. So, what do we understand from this? Table 3.1 shows different quantities of commodity X purchased by an individual consumer at various prices. It can be observed that less quantity of commodity is demanded at rising prices and more quantity of commodity is demanded at falling prices. So this is the heart and soul of this chapter, my dear students. It is clearly observed that as the prices decline, the human tendency or normal consumer behavior is to purchase more when the price is less, and vice versa. It indicates an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. This is a very important line. Inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So, individual demand is the quantity of commodity demanded by a consumer at a given price during a given period of time. Now, this was about an individual consumer. Let us have a look at a market demand schedule. Yes, here we have three main columns. We can say price of a commodity, then quantity of X demanded in kgs, and market demand. Here you can see quantity of consumer A, consumer B, and consumer C. So basically, market demand is not about individual consumer, it is about many consumers in the market, and thus the addition of all the consumers quantity will become market demand. That is A plus B plus C, or several consumers. Addition of all the consumers demand is called as market demand. So here we can see price of commodity X, that is once again denoted at 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2, and similarly at these prices the quantity demanded by consumer A, consumer B and consumer C. You can see, my dear students, that at price 10, consumer A demands 5 kgs of commodity X, consumer B demands 10 kgs of commodity X, and consumer C demands 15 kgs of commodity X. If we want to calculate the market demand, we need to do an addition of all these three quantities. So 5 plus 10 plus 15, that will be 30, which is our market demand at price 10. So at price 10, market demand is 30 kgs of commodity X. Similarly, you can see that as the price decreases from 10 to 8, 8 to 6, 6 to 4 and 4 to 2, you see various changes in the demand of consumer A, B and C respectively. We can see at the lowest level at price 2, consumer A demands 25 kgs of commodity X, consumer B demands 30 kgs of commodity X, and consumer C demands 35 kgs of commodity X. So it is observed once again over here that there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. As the price decreased from 10 to 2, the quantity demanded increased drastically, and so the market demand also increased from 30 to 90. Table 3.2 shows different quantities of commodity X purchased by different consumers, that is A, B and C, at various prices. It can be observed that less quantity of commodity is demanded at rising prices and more quantity of commodity is demanded at falling prices. Thus, there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So once again I will repeat, my dear students, this is the heart and soul of this chapter: inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So here once again it is proved that market demand is total demand for a commodity from all the consumers at a given price during a given period of time. Let us have a look at the demand curve. Here is the individual demand curve and the market demand curve. Both the demand curves show that they are sloping downwards from left to right. X-axis denotes quantity demanded in kgs and y-axis denotes price in both individual as well as market demand curve. And as you saw the schedules in the previous slides, according to them, they are plotted over here. The price is plotted 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and similarly the quantity demanded by an individual consumer as well as in market demand, the total quantity demanded by A, B and C. So here once again it is proved that there is inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. So here we conclude, my dear students, that price is a very important determinant of demand, and thus it is justified that there is inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. My dear students, in the next video, we will study various types of demand and try to understand the other determinants of demand closely. Till then, stay connected, stay safe. Thank you very much.